Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I review and unbox subscription boxes here on my channel, and today I have an April box to share with you that's been sent to me for review, and it is by the Craft and Tea box, which is exactly what it sounds like. This is a craft and tea box out of Canada, but recently they also started including a lovely self-care item as well, because that is what this box is all about, is taking some time for yourself, getting in touch with your creative side, and also enjoying a lovely hot cup of tea. Can it get better than that, you guys? I just think it is so lovely. So let me tell you all of the details about it, and we will get into this April box. It is the April box, which means you still have some time to be subscribed so that you can get this curation, because the last day to order it is the last day of this month of March. So the box is $58 Canadian per month, which is around $45 US. She also ships to Great Britain, so that is about 37 pounds. And then the shipping within Canada is $8.95 Canadian. The shipping to the US is $6.95 Canadian, which is around $5.25. I haven't done the conversions recently, but that's the last time I checked. And then the shipping to the UK is $10.95 Canadian, which is around 4.5 pounds. So you're getting this box for around $50 essentially. And again, I just think it is so lovely. I know there are actually some little get-together clubs where there are multiple subscribers that will have like a craft and tea night, which I think is a really cool thing, especially if you're not like into a book club. I think that would be a really fun thing to do. Maybe we'll have to do that one of these days over in the No Bot Nook, because we do have a book club, so why not have a craft club too, right, you guys? All right, I do have a code for you, which as always, I always link everything for you, affiliate links, referral codes, discount codes. That's all going to be in the description box below for you. This is Noelle25 will actually save you 25%, which is great. And I love when you guys let me know if the codes aren't working for you. Sometimes it might be for whatever reason. Sometimes they might just need to update it, but you can always let me know in the comments. I'm always happy to hear from you, or DMs over on Instagram. So let's go ahead and see what we have for the month of April. Now, I do try to do the crafts whenever I can. I have limited time, but you know, it is kind of an indulgence for me to say, you know, I need to set aside a couple of hours. Sometimes they're super quick crafts and they take me like an hour, and I can have like, you know, some television playing in the background, like my guilty television pleasure, you know. And sometimes it's like something that will keep me up late into the night because it's a new kind of craft or new skill that I have to learn, but one that I've always wanted to try. So that's another good thing about this box. All right, you guys, I opened it up and here's what we've got. We do have our little card that's going to tell us about everything, including our tea and our craft. So the theme, it says, of course, it says it's time to get craft tea. So let me give you the tea. It says this month's theme is life is brewtiful. So to brew some tea or coffee, you know, whatever floats your boat. So let's see. We have this month's craft, and then this month's self-care item, and this month's tea. So three major components, of course. So let's see. This month's tea is, and we've gotten something from Cascade Botanicals before. It is a honey vanilla. Ooh, classic black tea blend, honey vanilla flavor. That sounds awesome. I do like black teas, especially. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of like milk in there if I happen to have it. Lately I've had more almond milk in the house than usual, so I will put a little milk in there to make it creamy and delicious. Look how cute. There's this little wood burned little ornament on there. That's so cute, and it just says tea time. I would actually love a wood burning kit one of these days. I think that would be a really fun craft. Maybe slightly dangerous knowing me, but also fun. It says sit back and relax, put on your favorite music whilst you enjoy the aromas of this comforting honey and vanilla tea, the perfect tea to sit back and enjoy learning your new craft skill. Each bag comes complete with this cute wooden charm attached to the bag. And then of course, for more details, you can go to their website. So that is lovely. They actually say to go to the Craft and Tea website. So cute. All right, so we got this nice big bag. Let me actually go ahead and open it up and see. Sometimes it's a clear bag, so you can actually see the loose leaf botanicals. I don't know how my bag got so crumpled in shipping, but it is coming to me all the way from Canada, so don't mind that. Don't mind the wrinkles when you see photos over on Instagram with the tea in the background. So look at that nice, luscious, dark black tea. All right, let me put that off to the side. We will talk about our let's talk about our self-care item, which she has wisely sort of saran wrapped for us. So let me see if I can get into that, because it has a pump bottle. So I'm always a little bit worried about pump bottles or any kind of liquid, in all honesty, in transit, especially because you guys know my mail carriers can get a little bit crazy. I don't think it's always my mail carriers, in all honesty. Sometimes stuff just happens. But she did kind of give us some extra precaution there. So this is some lavender honey liquid hand soap. So we had some vanilla honey tea, and we have lavender honey hand soap in a nice little pump bottle. So it is 8 fluid ounces. How cool. From Farmers Lavender Company. I like that. So it's actually made in Texas. So it got shipped to Canada and then right back down to the States. It says this liquid hand soap has an excellent lather and is enriched with argan and coconut oil to moisturize skin. It has a sweet sugary aroma with light lavender notes. Now, I don't usually like super sugary scents, so I'm hoping it's more of the lavender side. Oh, it's not super sweet and sugary, so I was thinking it was going to be like a cupcake or something. And it doesn't necessarily smell like honey either. It smells like a nice fresh soap with hints of lavender. Like, that's what I'm getting, but you guys know I'm not always the best with that. While we're at it, since we had honey in the tea and we have honey in our soap, let's have honey be our secret password for today. Now, if you're newer to my channel, when you come across a secret password, you want to enter it along with your contact information in the Google form linked for you in the description box below. Please don't put it in the comments because I'll have to delete your comment. So, and then at the end of the month, I will go through with a random number picker. Actually, it's usually about 5 days into the following month to give you guys some time to catch up, because there's usually like 10 to 12 secret passwords throughout the month. I use a random number picker to select a few winners, just depending on how many mystery boxes I put together over the course of the month. And then I will send that mystery box out to you as a way of saying thank you for watching my videos in their entirety, because sometimes it's hard to catch those secret passwords. You do have to be 18 years or older. You do have to be a subscriber of my channel. You do have to be a US or Canadian resident. I kind of forgot. Or you at least have to have a US or Canadian mailing address. I forgot to tell you in the last one. Canadians, I do need a little help with the shipping because it's getting a little bit pricey, but you do have options, so we'll talk about it if you happen to win. And just remember, it's not affiliated with any of the boxes that I open here on the channel. It is just my way of saying thank you, but our secret password for today, again, is going to be honey. All right, let's talk about the main thing that you're all here for, to see what it is, because some people like to be surprised with this box what the craft is. If you're like me, you like to be prepared. So I like to be prepared because I like to know if it's going to take me a few hours or if it's something I'm like, oh, I can like bang that craft out in a few hours. So this is a cross stitch. So not to be confused with embroidery. I actually just did a cross stitch a couple of months ago from Renew Box. It was like a little tiny one and it said like love. And it was actually very fun. You know, honestly, the hardest part for me is threading the embroidery needle. I need to get one of those little like needle threaders again, although I feel like those break a lot. But like, I don't mind taking the strands of the embroidery thread apart, you know, to find the right width. And I don't mind like looking at the teeny tiny little boxes and trying to decide like the best route to take to use all of one color, you know, and make sure that my X's are all going in the same direction. But what I do have problems with is making sure that I get those threaded well. So of course we have our hoop. And then we also have some really pretty colors. I almost feel like it's going to be like a sea scene, but it's not, because remember our theme is Life is Brewtiful. And then let's see, does it have a needle in there? I don't see one, but that doesn't mean there's not one in there. So it's our DIY counted cross stitch kit, and this is what it looks like. It's 2 little mugs. One has a heart, and then it's even got little steam coming from the top. And then it says Life is Brewtiful. So of course you can follow that pattern to the T, haha, or you know, you could do something different. I feel like it's like coffee. They look like coffee versus tea to me, but that's okay because I drink both. So it says we get our wooden embroidery hoop, which is 5 inches. We get our AIDA, our AIDA fabric. So that's what this looks like, that you stretch over the hoop. 14 count, I guess, is the you know, the fineness of it, I suppose. Our DMC embroidery needle, our tapestry needle, a cross stitch 101 guide, and the pattern design. So I have to find all of that. So I don't see the needle in here. I'm wondering if it's like hidden under all of this embroidery thread. I'm hoping so, because I don't have an extra one. So look, this is a nice cross stitch 101 guide, honestly. So it's like there, it shows you all the different stitches. It tells you reading the pattern. So you have to, you know, read in blocks of 10 and really start from the center. So everything is centered. It gives you some stitch tips. For example, you generally start in the center of the pattern. This is all stuff I learned from my first kit. So maybe I'll be better at it and a little bit faster at it this time around because I learned. So we have a full stitch, half stitch, back stitch, running stitch, and satin stitch. So some stuff that is a little bit familiar from embroidery. And of course they do tell you, you know, sit back and relax. I get a little stressed out because it's a very fine work, right? Like I probably need glasses at this point, but I still don't have them. But this is actually a really nicely designed kit. So here we have it here. And then you can see that, so they actually have the grid, so you can count those little X's. Sometimes, I mean, it is really hard sometimes to see them. And then they have it very well labeled in terms of the colors, like in a pretty good true color printer. So I'm interested to see, so it's, this pattern is not to scale with the fabric or the finished product. They just made the X's a little bit bigger so that you can see it. I think that's cool. So it tells you what order to go in, which is really nice. Start with a full stitch near the center of the pattern using the dark green. So we're gonna start with this mug. Cool. I just have to find the needle. So let's see if that's hiding somewhere in my box. I'm hoping so. If not, I can probably get myself a needle, or maybe I have it from the last kit that I did, but I don't actually see it. So it's probably, let me see, is it hidden in here? I don't feel a needle. So I'm gonna have to find another cross stitch needle, but I don't think that'll be like a difficult thing to get my hands on, hopefully. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope that if you didn't get in on National Crafting Month last month, that you are inspired to do it for the upcoming month. Maybe you can make something really cute, you know, and if you find that pattern isn't really going, you can go freestyle, of course. It's whatever makes you feel like you have created something that you can call your very, very own. So you guys let me know in the comments below. Are you a cross stitcher? Do you prefer embroidery? What is your favorite craft? What is a craft that you have always wanted to do that you've just never had the equipment or the bravery or the time to try? Like I said, I think in my last Craft and Tea unboxing, I have always wanted to do amigurumi, like the little crocheted animals, but I don't know that I have the skills for that, in all honesty. But one of these days, I will give it a try. And in the meantime, I will just look for an embroidery needle or a cross stitch needle and get this party started. If you got to this point in the video and you missed out on our secret password, remember there was a secret password for this one, but just going over everything in our Life is Brewtiful April Craft and Tea box that you can still subscribe and get in on. We got our fun cross stitch kit with hoop, fabric, and embroidery thread. Really, really pretty colors. For our self-care item, we got this lavender honey liquid hand soap, which is always nice because you want to wash your hands before you start your cross stitch to keep it nice and white and pristine. And then of course we got our Cascade Botanicals honey vanilla black tea, a big hefty bag of it, which I will be enjoying very soon because it may be the first day of spring, but it is still kind of rainy and cold here. So I'll see you guys very, very soon in my next unboxing.